Every single year, the average American household throws away nearly $2,500 worth of food. Yeah, you heard that right. $2,500. Straight into the garbage. Spoiled produce, soggy leftovers, packaged goods that looked promising but turned out to be straight-up scams. And here's the kicker, a lot of that wasted money comes from stuff people bought thinking they were getting a deal. We've all been there. You walk into Aldi, patting yourself on the back for being a savvy budget shopper. The prices are low, the shelves are stacked, and everything screams, why pay more? But hold on. Because some of those so-called bargains are actually budget traps in disguise. They look cheap at checkout, but the regret tax hits you later, when you're tossing it in the trash or forcing yourself through bites of cardboard just because you don't want to admit you wasted money. So today, we're counting down 7 Aldi products that are a total ripoff. Items that prove saving a few cents isn't always worth sacrificing taste, quality, or your self-respect. And trust me, when we get to number 1, you'll wonder how this product even made it past Aldi's quality control. Grab your carts, people, we're going shopping for disappointment. 7. Packaged fruits and vegetables. Let's kick things off with a classic con, Aldi's packaged produce. Now, on paper, this looks like a smart buy. You tell yourself, I'm being healthy. I'm meal prepping. I'm finally going to blend spinach into smoothies like those Instagram people do. You scoop up bananas, a shiny box of strawberries, maybe even a bag of pre-washed lettuce. Fast forward to 2 days later. The bananas are spotted like a leopard, the strawberries are furry with mold, and that bag of spinach looks like swamp water in a plastic pouch. Congratulations. You just bought yourself a $10 compost starter kit. And here's the thing, this isn't a rare accident. It's a pattern. Shoppers complain again and again that Aldi produce has the shelf life of a mayfly. Strawberries that turn into a science experiment in 24 hours. Cucumbers that go slimy before you even peel one. Spinach that wilts faster than your motivation to go to the gym. It's not just gross. It's expensive in disguise. Because what's the point of buying cheap produce if half of it dies before you even get a chance to eat it? That's not saving money, that's paying extra for garbage duty. So the next time you're standing in front of that perfectly stacked display of berries thinking you've scored, ask yourself, do I want breakfast or disappointment stew? 6. Clancy's Nacho Cheese Tortilla Chips. Aldi's Clancy's Nacho Cheese Chips. Or, as I like to call them, Doritos' sad little cousin who never made varsity. You walk past the snack aisle, you see that familiar orange bag, and you think, oh nice, Aldi's version of Doritos. Bet I'll save $1 and still get that cheesy finger dust. Spoiler alert, you won't. Because here's what actually happens. You rip open the bag, grab a chip, and wait for that satisfying blast of nacho goodness. Instead, dry crunch. Blandness. A flavor so underwhelming it's basically the plain white rice of snack foods. And where's the cheesy dust? That glorious orange badge of honor that says, yes, I just ate half a bag of Doritos, and I regret nothing. With Clancy's? Nothing. Your fingers stay clean. And not in a good way. Snacks aren't just food. They're emotional experiences. Doritos taste like summer, road trips, and teenage bad decisions. Clancy's tastes like sadness and regret. One reviewer summed it up perfectly, I'd rather eat styrofoam shaped like Doritos. Honestly, that's not hyperbole. When you're halfway through the bag asking yourself why you're still eating them, you know the snack has failed on every possible level. So, let me ask you, is saving 40 cents worth sacrificing joy? Because at that point, you're not eating chips. You're punishing yourself. 5. Clancy's Cheese Crackers. Oh, but Aldi wasn't done. Nope. They thought, hey, let's also try to copy Cheez-Its. Enter Clancy's Cheese Crackers, the snack equivalent of someone whispering the word cheese over a piece of cardboard. You open the box expecting that salty, tangy crunch that makes Cheez-Its so addictive. Instead, what you get is a crumbly, bland square that tastes like failure. It looks like a Cheez-It, sure. But taste-wise? Imagine someone baked construction paper and called it a day. Snacks are supposed to be little moments of joy. Movie nights. Road trips. Stress eating after a bad day. But nothing kills a vibe faster than biting into one of these flavorless squares. Here's the bigger problem: Aldi wants you to think you're outsmarting the system. That you're getting the same snack for half the price. But here's the truth: you're not saving money, you're just prepaying for disappointment. So ask yourself, do you want to save 50 cents, or do you want to keep your dignity? 4. Specially selected lobster mac and cheese. Now, this one makes me angry. Because when you see the words lobster mac and cheese, you expect luxury. Creamy cheese, tender lobster chunks, comfort food with a fancy twist. A weeknight upgrade. But what you actually get is a tray of lies. The second you microwave it, the smell hits you. And it's not butter, not cheese. No, it's something fishy. Like a bad seafood buffet at a truck stop. And it only goes downhill from there. The texture? Off. The cheese? Artificial and weird. The lobster? Chewy, rubbery, and suspiciously close to the stuff they scrape off the bottom of bargain bin crab sticks. Customers don't even make it through 2 bites. Some toss it after 1 forkful. And can we talk about the price? For a frozen meal, it's not cheap. You're paying extra for the specially selected label, but the only thing special here is how fast you'll regret it. Bottom line, this isn't food. It's a scam in a cardboard sleeve. A fancy name, gourmet packaging, and absolutely nothing to back it up. If Aldi ever wanted to apologize to its customers, this would be the first thing they'd pull from shelves. 3. Simply Nature Organic Chicken Bone Broth. Bone broth is supposed to be soothing. Warm. Comforting. The base for a hearty soup that feels like home. But Aldi's Simply Nature Organic Chicken Bone Broth? Oh no. This one tastes like betrayal. Take 1 sip and your taste buds will try to sue you. Customers describe it as bitter, medicinal, and sour, the kind of flavor that doesn't belong anywhere near chicken. Or food in general, honestly. And here's the worst part. Broth is an ingredient multiplier. It doesn't just ruin itself. It ruins everything you put it in. Imagine spending an hour chopping vegetables, seasoning chicken, and simmering your favorite soup. Then you add this broth. Suddenly your cozy homemade meal tastes like a chemistry set. Congratulations, you just wasted dinner. The packaging says organic. The branding screams trustworthy. But the flavor? Pure chaos. This isn't comfort food. It's a culinary scam that costs you more in wasted meals than the broth itself. Lesson learned: a clean label doesn't guarantee clean flavor. 2. Happy Harvest Fire Roasted Tomatoes. You know what's supposed to be a pantry hero? Fire roasted tomatoes. They add depth, smokiness, and richness to sauces, chilies, and soups. Except when you buy Aldi's version. Because when you crack open that can, instead of a smoky aroma, you get burnt chemicals. Not charred gourmet flavor. No. Straight up scorched, artificial nastiness. Some customers even reported finding debris inside the can. And no, not seasoning. Not herbs. Debris. You wanted tomatoes, you got mystery particles. One person described it as tasting like burnt plastic soaked in tomato water. I mean, how does that even happen? At that point, this isn't just a bad product. It's a trust issue. Because when you can't even trust canned tomatoes to be edible, you start side-eyeing every single aisle. That 40-cent saving isn't worth tossing your entire dinner into the trash. So let's call this what it is, not just a ripoff, but a red flag. 1. Dakota's Pride Baked Beans. And here we are. The Mount Everest of Aldi ripoffs, Dakota's Pride Baked Beans. Baked beans should be simple. Hearty. Sweet, smoky, tangy, maybe a little nostalgic. Something that belongs at cookouts, family dinners, and camping trips. Comfort food in a can. But Dakota's pride? More like Dakota's shame. The texture? Mushy sludge. The flavor? Barely there. And the aftertaste? Chemical. It's like somebody tried to make baked beans from memory, forgot half the ingredients, and covered up the failure with sadness. Some customers have gone as far as to compare them to canned dog food. Harsh? Maybe. But if you've ever cracked one open, you know it's not that far off. When your side dish smells like a vet visit, it's not a side dish anymore. It's a crime scene. And yet, people still buy them. Why? Because they look like a bargain. The can says beans, the price is cheap, so you think, how bad could it be? Answer, very. Very bad. This isn't just a bad product. It's a betrayal of trust. When you can't even get baked beans right, the most basic canned good on earth, what are we even doing here? So there you have it. 7 Aldi products that prove cheap isn't always value. Packaged produce that rots before you can blink. Snack knockoffs that taste like cardboard cosplay. A frozen lobster mac that should be reported to the authorities. And baked beans so bad they deserve their own horror movie. Here's the lesson, saving money isn't about spending less. It's about spending smarter. Because every dollar wasted on food you can't eat is a dollar you didn't save. So tell me in the comments, what's the worst Aldi item you've ever regretted buying? I want your horror stories. And before you go, stick around for our next video, 10 Walmart items so good they beat premium brands. Spoiler, number 2 will make you rethink everything you thought you knew about budget shopping. Until then, shop smart, stay sharp, and remember, not every bargain is a blessing.